Now, the final part of my Batgirl Cassandra Cain retrospective. Now, Cassandra Cain becoming bad guy went over like a lead balloon. Fans just didn't buy it, and it really didn't take off. Matter of fact, she was supposed to be Tim Drake Robin's new arch enemy. They even did a whole special storyline with her leading the League of Shadows and framing Robin for her own murder, and she tries to join him, and she shoots David Cain in the head, although off camera, suspiciously. And, well, that really didn't go over. And because of pressure, they actually returned her back to normal and revealed that she had been brainwashed by Deathstroke, who wanted to replace his daughter with her. So I can't think of a better choice than this daughter of this guy I hate and really embarrassed me with the fight with Rose, and was far superior than Ravager anyway. And I believe she recovers in the pages of Teen Titans. But it's so, like, in the background and barely has anything to do with the major story, which was irritating, which is why I didn't buy the issues. But anyway, she comes back, and unfortunately, it says back in her own series on the first issue, which is irritating. It's a limited series. It was a little confusing. I even brought this up in my first review of this, where I just didn't understand if this was an ongoing or limited. Unfortunately, it was limited. And this was written by Adam Beecham and Jim Clofoni. And Clofoni isn't, let's see, he's never been my favorite artist. His work has always looked so kind of stagnant. But here he did some beautiful work. I don't know if he just had some more time on it, or he just had a really good inker, but it looked terrific, and I enjoyed it. It's the story of she's discovering that David Cain's still alive, and he is out to kill Barbara Gordon. He's been hired to do it. So she's going to not only stop him, but kill him for what he's done to her over the years. And of course she makes the right decision at the end. And the last issue, Bruce Wayne tells her he's going to adopt her as, like, his own legal daughter. This has got to, like, bring up suspicions about Bruce Wayne being Batman. He constantly adopts these kids that look like Batman's sidekicks. I don't know. I mean, it's maybe a little overkill. Well, he didn't need, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't need to adopt Tim Drake. I mean, he already had a parent, his stepmom. But, okay, that's a long story. But I don't know if he really ever got a chance to do it, because RIP was just about to hit, so maybe he never even really adopted her. Maybe he was, you know, fully intended to, but just didn't get the chance. Now, of course, in this day and age of comics, you can't just simply have the same character you've had for years to get people to read your book. You have to make a change. And now they've brought Stephanie Brown, spoiler, who I will admit does deserve the job. I'd rather her have it than a few others. It's just they're missing a really good character. And I understand DC, and I've been watching, and maybe you've noticed too, that they've been changing the face of their lineup, where they've had replacements come in for new characters, and they've cast them in different races. Like the new Firestorm is not two white guys anymore. It's a woman and a black guy. The black guy is the main face, so essentially it's a black guy character. The new Atom is Chinese. The new Question is not only a woman, but a Hispanic woman and a gay Hispanic woman. That's a threefer. Or as they say in Germany, I learned this through Glorious Bastards, a threefer. Remember that if you're doing espionage. And there's a few others too, oh my god, that they've just recast. And I understand why they're doing it, and actually good move if you're... So here we have a Batgirl character, and she's Chinese. I remember when she first debuted, I worked alongside of quite a few Asian Americans in this video store, and I was talking comic books with them, and I mentioned, hey, do you know the new Batgirl is Asian? And I saw her like face light up. It's like, oh wow, that's cool. See, the thing that I thought was so important about Batgirl is just being Batgirl makes her an A-list character. You say that to a random person on the street, Batgirl is Asian, they'll know what you're talking about. But if you say, oh, Katana is Asian, they'll go, what the fuck is Katana? What the fuck is, what the fuck are you talking about? They won't know. I mean, and also, it's important for an Asian character, as far as I'm concerned, in superheroes, to be something that doesn't have a motif of Asian culture. It's like dragon this, dragon that, sword, katana, blah, 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 blah. Almost every Asian character I've seen in Marvel or DC has had their, culture all over them. And Batgirl wasn't. She was Batgirl. And also the fact that she was a fairly unique character that had a single viewpoint of doing what's right and really not having much patience for the gray areas. And out of all of Batman's sidekicks, what I always found kind of touching was she and Bruce Wayne had the most connection. They seemed to understand each other best. I think she understood him even more than Dick Grayson, frankly. And I just can't get enough of her fight scenes during the Damian Scott years. She was just magnificent. There was this scene where she was fighting Shadow Thief, who had stolen these Thanagarian fighting styles, and he fought with her for a second, and then she was suddenly fighting those kind of styles back at him, and he was shocked. He said, "Where did you learn such techniques?" And she smiled and said, "You, just now." And I can't get enough. And by the way, if those of you are thinking that we've traded up by taking Stephanie Brown as Batgirl, issue 28 features some sparring. She wanted to learn how to fight better, so she asked to fight with Cassandra and give it her all. And check out this page. Miss, and here. This is what we've traded. She's sitting, she's bored, and she's still kicking her ass. That's what we had. Now we don't have it. Now, thankfully, they did it right. She was disgusted with what's going on currently in the Batman universe and just quit. She didn't get killed, she didn't turn evil again, which was the two things I was worried about. So, there's plenty of room to fix this mistake. Now, there are some writers I suggest. Maybe, hey, bring back Kelly Puckett. I love his work. He was terrific. Or Chuck Dixon. Chuck Dixon seems to understand the character. He wrote her very well in his guest spots when he was writing occasional Batgirl issues. And when he brought her into Batman the Outsiders, he did very good work there. And of course, he's also a named writer. He would be a terrific choice. He also created Stephanie. So we could have Batgirl and Spoiler. Or me. I think I do a pretty good story. And I'm not saying, please hire me to write Batgirl, but, well, wait, I guess I am saying that. I think I would do quite a good job. So, after this run, after the current writer and artist team has left, I would like you to consider me, or Kelly Puckett, or Chuck Dixon. I think they're magnificent. Anyway, I gotta get going, and I hope you enjoyed this. Check out any of these Batgirl issues or trades. If you haven't checked out the character, you're definitely missing out on a really exciting time. Anyway, push the button, Lindsay.